so is everyone's in? Okay, everyone's in roll 20. Everyone has launched the game.
I have launched.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Excellent.
You're editing this, right?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely edit it. Yeah, so yeah, you can keep eating for the moment. All right.
That's going to become my trademark. People are just going to be like, is Em eating on this stream this time around?
Hashtag what is Em eating tonight?
Yes!
What's
in the bag?
And I'll just eat my quiet food,
closer.
so it's never a big deal. I'll just eat on the side while Em is eating. Nobody will notice. That's good.
Be like, what
is the gnome eating? What is the gnome eating?
I have so many snacks in front of me right now. It's ridiculous.
All right, let's get going.
Literally
Okay.
4 different snacks.
All right. So I will share my screen and then we'll start.
Please.
Okey-dokey. Okay, welcome back to the next session of the Crystal Mage. Unfortunately, we've got we're down on one member. Murph, or Freddie Orders, as you would know him, is currently in a blackout in, is it New Brunswick, Tracy?
Yes.
Which I don't know where that is. Somewhere on the East Coast, somewhere.
It's on the East Coast of Canada, but I don't know how much detail he would give. I'm sure he would give it.
And for people playing at home, Canada is a country to the north of America, apparently.
Yes.
They talk funny up there, don't they? Eh?
Hey.
Not bad.
Look, let me tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Look, you're outnumbered because when Murph is here, there's 3 of us because Debbie, myself, and Murph and I are all Canadian.
Wait,
okay.
Did you just
All right.
say Debbie, myself, Murph, and I? Did you just name yourself twice?
She just claimed herself.
It's that split personality problem.
Tracy has
Me,
2
myself,
votes.
and I are from Australia.
Me, myself, and I.
No
All 3 of my
count twice as
personalities.
much as anybody else. You should know this by now.
Okay then. All right. So yeah. So Murph may or may not join us. It depends on whether or not their infrastructure can be restored. But anyway, so here we are. We're back. We're back in Old School Essentials, which is old school Dungeons and Dragons, and we are going to kick off. When we last left the Intrepid party, they had just scared off some goblins.
And who was that thanks to?
Yeah, apparently some person did something with a knife, apparently.
All of us
Depends on who
contributed.
you ask.
It was a team
Reality?
effort. It was a team effort.
I would say so, yeah.
I mean, Renault was like the target of opportunity. everyone wanted to have a piece of Renault.
I feel like there's some aspect of the fact that because he was just standing there as if he was invincible, that would freak me out. That would add to the freak out factor.
Yes. Well, basically, yeah, Renault needs to learn up. Look in the dictionary for the definition of cover.
I'm not smart. I think that's like my lowest skill.
All right, so it is the morning after the Goblin Raid. So you had a couple of buildings here, like this building here and this building here had been caught on fire. But after you had scared off the goblins, the town folk went to business and were able to extinguish the flames. So there's some damage to their roof and all that, but they should be able to repair that. So it is the morning after, and you are gathered at the inn, which is obviously the local meeting spot for the village. And obviously, after the events of last night, the villagers have all been made aware of there are some strangers in the town, and that you guys had helped scare off the goblins. I mean, obviously there was this dead goblin that had a dagger in its neck that they can all see. So, so basically the villagers have gathered around the inn where you guys have spent the night with the owners, there's a little bit of a
wait. When you say we spent the night with the owners,
thank you. I was thinking that, Clover.
We stayed at the inn that the owners own, or like some of us actually spent the night with the owners.
Like in a biblical sense?
I don't do nothing.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I'm a gentleman.
Am I missing something here?
Like cute.
You say spent the night
rich
with the owners. That suggests a level of familiarity. One-on-one. Woman a mano a woman mano a mano.
Or many or many.
many. Yeah, true.
Is this? Okay. Is this like a whole sort of?
This hasn't. We've been here for 4 minutes and it's already escalated.
So this is the swingers.
This is another side quest.
Part of the.
Were there many
mission?
big swords involved?
I wasn't saying we had. You said we spent the night. I was clarifying what that meant. Did we get?
I was being perfectly innocent. This is PG rated. This is.
So Clover's honor does not need to be defended.
Polishing this sword.
I think if we know if anyone here was gonna get busy with anyone, it wouldn't have been Clover.
Good Lord.
Okay, so we're in like 5 minutes and we're already derailed. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. How am I going to say this? Okay. Stayed the night. Does that sound better? Okay.
Yes, that worked better for me.
That's a thumbs up. Okay. You stayed the night. And whatever nocturnal activities you got up to, I won't elaborate on that. But anyway, so it is the morning after, and the villagers have gathered around the inn to check out these new strangers and see what's going on. And obviously, they're all quite hopeful that you might be able to somehow fix the situation. So the first thing that happens is in the morning. Brother Aldrich, the cleric from the Church of Benevolent Eye, after a night's sleep, he's actually able to completely heal you, Renault. So he does one, because you only had 1 point left, I think. So he casts Cure Light Wounds on you to cure you, and so you're now fully healed. So everyone should be in tip-top shape. In the morning, the villagers thank you for what you did the night before, and they basically say, "Are you gonna help us? Are you gonna be able to deal with this goblin issue?"
Well,
for a price,
we're definitely gonna try. I mean, we've already. Wait a minute, excuse me. And I'm gonna take Ada aside and be like, "Oh, we've already been hired, right? Are you trying to?" Okay, I'm gonna shut up, and I'm just gonna like step back and be like, "Please speak with my rather attractive friend."
For a price, right?
A price. Well, yeah. I mean, we are poor sort of farmers. We don't have a lot. But
listen, pumpkin, you can either be poor and dead, thank you goblins, or you can be a little poorer and alive. Okay, I don't work for free, and neither do my friends.
And Clover's gonna be standing there like, scratching herself uncomfortably because she's really uncomfortable with what Ada is saying. She's like, maybe they can pay us in
daggers.
In what?
In daggers.
In daggers.
Yes, Elise has this dagger fetish.
I'm missing a dagger myself. I feel your pain. Yeah, you know what? I mean, maybe we can make a deal with the blacksmith or something. I don't know. Maybe the farmers can give the blacksmith food, and the blacksmith can give us.
Well, the blacksmith is there. His name is Halfar, and obviously you can see him because he's fairly burly looking, fairly stocky with his leather apron from the blacksmith.
You wouldn't happen to be a dwarf, would you?
No, he's not a dwarf. He's a human blacksmith.
Oh.
The dwarf blacksmith was in the town of Weybrook, the one that you insulted with your pure poorly translated dwarvish.
Everyone who's taller than me is a dwarf.
Early and wearing leather. I'm sure I can charm him. I'm sure we can reach some kind of arrangement.
Okay, so how far goes? You daggers? You're after some daggers, are you? Well, I might be able to. I might have a couple lying around, but I mean, most of the blacksmithing I do is, horses' hooves and horseshoes and fire pokers and fixing people's carts and so on. There's not a huge call for weaponry up in these parts.
Not even after the goblin keep attacking?
Well, I
can see why these people are easy targets.
Garden farming tools, which can be improvised as weapons when we need to. But
farming tools, charming.
Yeah, speaking as someone who has had a pitchfork in a place I will not mention, because someone mistook me for someone who should not be in their garden, pitchforks make a good weapon. Just gonna say, just not a bad weapon. So don't be so down on farming tools. They're useful, if a little pokey.
So how far? So you lost a dagger, didn't you, Elise? It rode off on the back, stuck in the hind quarter of a direwolf.
I think both me and Clover.
Clover is like jumping up and down behind and be like.
All right. Well, Halford nods and he goes back into his blacksmith and rummages around, and he comes back with they're not going to win any beauty contest, but they're functional daggers, and he replaces your daggers for you. He has
basically a dagger after my own heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He doesn't have very many weapons. Daggers are something that is a multifunctional sort of tool, but you can use it for combat as well as any other jobs routes. So yeah, he has a couple of daggers lying around, but he doesn't have swords. He might have a few axe heads and things, but he doesn't have swords and spears and things of that sort.
What does this tiny town have?
So this town, don't
tell me they're going to pay me in gratitude.
So this town subsides basically on local farming. So there's some cattle and some dairy and that sort of stuff, and obviously some crops that they grow just to feed themselves. But the main industry comes from the tin mine. So next to the inn is the tinker's workshop, where the tinker there, guys, his name is Nat. He takes the tin that they bring back from the mine, and he fashions different sort of tin pieces of kitchenware and little tin boxes and so on, and he just fashions things out of tin. So and then they take them into larger towns like Waybrook and sell them and so on for money.
Oh, enticing, Dungeon Master. Wow. I'm going to work for some cutlery.
It's steak knife. Do you want a set of steak knives?
I don't. Maybe we can just say that they will feast us and give us room and board for a while, so that we have somewhere to stay for free anytime we come through here in the future, maybe. And we'll deal with the previously agreed upon amount that we're going to get from the other person we dealt with.
I
don't feel comfortable. I'm just kind of saying that to Ada, because I don't feel comfortable putting farmers out of, well, I don't want to call it business, but out of house and farm.
House and farm.
Oh, my bleeding heart. Oh, fine. Just stop whining. Let's go and find these goblins. Jeez.
So I'm gonna hug Ada's legs, because I'm like, God, you're such a good person inside. I know you are.
It's touching me, isn't it? Oh.
So yes, they do.
If I agree to go, will you stop hugging me already?
Deal.
They agree to let you
deal
to put you up, not spend the night, but to put you up in the inn, as long as you are here. And Aldrich, the cleric, is obviously available for healing, or healing if you come back, if you sustain any injuries. And the blacksmith, like you said, he's already replaced you a couple of daggers and given some time. If you want him to fashion something a bit more involved, he can, something more make some equipment. He is capable of making. He can't. He's a blacksmith. He's not an armorer, so he can't make you like a plate mail or anything like that. But he can make some basic weapons like daggers and spearheads and things like that. Something that he can just forge quite easily in his smith. But yeah, so and the tinker, I mean, he's working with tin predominantly, so he's not really going to be making you any weapons, because tin's not what you would use for weaponry. But if you've got some things that you would like made, he can probably put something together for you guys. They're obviously they're very grateful, but the thing they keep going on is we haven't heard from our miners. That they left the town a couple of days ago to walk to the mine to obviously work there, and they haven't returned, and we're very worried. We haven't been able to venture out of the town because we've been scared of the goblins, and obviously their activity of the goblins have been a lot more active in the last few days. So we're very, very concerned about these miners.
So what happened first, the goblin raids or not hearing from the miners?
It's all kind of, so the first thing that we noticed was we used to have a regular weekly trip from the castle. The mage there would send either an apprentice or one of the castle staff to town on a wagon, where they would then collect food, grain, whatever they would need to supply the castle. And so we noticed that that a couple of weeks ago that the wagon didn't show up, and we haven't seen it since. And then not long after that, we started to we had the issues with some goblins, and some of the outlying farms you may have passed on the way into town were attacked, and people had to flee from those from their homesteads, and they were razed to the ground. And then and then we had the issue with the miners. They disappeared a couple of days ago, and then it's been culminated last night with the boldest thing maneuvered by the goblins, where they attacked the actual village in a raid. So it's been a series of events that have brought us to where we are right now.
Do you think that they would be anywhere other than in the mine if they had their druthers? Like, is there anywhere else? I mean, I know you're not a goblin, but I mean, like, is there anywhere else around here that if we were looking, because we're going to try to track them, but I don't know if we're going to have any luck tracking. So, I mean, if we head towards the mine, is there anywhere else, like a cave or anything around here where they might be holding up?
Goblins have always been in these mountains, the barrier mountains to the north of us. They've been around for forever, really. There was the big Goblin War about a few hundred years ago, where there was a very large, raid, or essentially there was a large army of goblins. But ever since they were defeated, the goblins have diminished. But we still get occasional flare-ups of goblins. So there definitely goblins live in the mountains. But generally they in the past they've kept to themselves. So we haven't had any issues with goblins for quite a number of years. So this is it is unusual. But but they definitely live up in the mountains. But we don't know exactly where. But obviously not too far away. I guess it's within a wolf ride's journey from us. So.
Right. Okay. Well, guys, do we have any other questions?
They're able to actually draw you a basic sort of map of the surrounding area, just so you know. So I will give that to you guys.
I've seen this map before.
So you're in the town here, which is at the. So I've got some contour lines here. Each of these lines is about 100 feet. So you can see. I probably need to color this better, but you're at the base of a narrow valley, and then you've got a couple of series of hills, and each one of these hexes is about 250 yards. So it's about a mile or so, probably a couple of hours walk up to the mine. And then
I just thought of something you farmers could do that would really make our life better.
Oh yeah, yes.
Do you have mules or donkeys or horses that you could spare?
We should have a mule that we could loan you. Yeah.
And a cart.
A cart. Okay. Yeah. Yes. We could. What do you have in mind for it?
If we're going up there, it would be helpful to have something to carry our gear. It would speed us up.
Yeah. Okay.
I have tiny little legs. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah. We should be able to loan you a mule and a small cart. They'll be able to organise that for you. So you can see that the castle is a bit further to the northeast of the mine. So, talking to the villagers, just a little bit of a background. So this was originally a castle that was owned by a wealthy baron, and he got wealthy off the proceeds of the mines in the area. But during the Goblin War that I mentioned a couple hundred years ago, the castle was sacked by the goblins, and the baron was never seen from again. We don't know what happened to him. And then the castle lay abandoned for quite a number of years until finally a mage moved into the castle and cleared it out and restored it, and it eventually became such a place where apprentices could come to be trained. And when that mage passed on, it was passed to another mage, and so on and so on. And there's, in living memory, there's always been a mage in that castle.
Do you know the mage?
Yeah, they know his name. It's I had it written down here. His name is Alcar. The mage is called Alcar. These are common. These are simple farming folk, so they don't know much about magic. All they know is that he's magical, and that they have apprentices that sometimes come to town to collect things for the castle. But they don't know what type of magic he was into. They don't know anything about him. All they know is that there was a mage in the castle, and they kept to themselves, and they gave him some business with regular shipments of food and grain and meat and so on.
All right.
So they basically keep to themselves. The main thing is that there's a small group of miners. It's not a big mining operation, but there's a small group of miners that go up to the tin mine to mine the tin, and then they, like I said, they smelt the tin there and bring the tin back to the village, and they make things in the workshop and sell it. So it's a pretty small sort of industry that they've got going on.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm good to go. Elise, sorry, what?
Yeah, since the miner are missing, maybe we should go to the mine first, just in case if they are. And then I kind of like whisper to them. I don't want the innkeeper or people there to hear me. In case they are not dead, or we might still be able to save them.
Clover's gonna wink like really badly, obviously, like, gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
also, since this is a new day, I have to pick a spell to prepare, right?
Yes. So you had a restful full night of sleep, so you can choose whatever spell that you're going to have for the day. So you read magic, and you get to have one other spell that you can choose. So, Renault, the druid, what one are you gonna go with?
Well, so for locate plant or animal, can the animal be a human?
No, not a human, because they're a lot more intelligent. But
not all of them.
Because you had you had animal companion or something yesterday, last time, didn't you?
I think I want to do detect danger.
Okay. And Elise, what are you choosing?
I'm gonna choose Phantasmal Force.
Okay. And Clover? You're on mute, Clover.
Oh, I unmuted too fast. I said sleep.
Sleep.
Oh, sleep sounds nice.
We just woke
Well,
up.
if I don't have to use it, I'll use it on you later.
It's a very powerful spell, sleep. Okay, so you got your spells. Is that what you're wanting to do? Do you want? I mean, obviously the villagers are very keen to find out what's happening at the mine. What's happened to the tin miners?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right, so you're going to head off. It's going to take you best part of an hour and a half or so to walk. Now you're starting to, as you move up here.
I have one more question. What is the mule's name?
Oh, I think it's. You can give it a name, Clover. You can give it a name.
It's such a Clover question.
Telling me somebody has an adult mule and they haven't named it? What an ass.
It's the mule
What
with
an
no
ass.
name. It's the mule with no name, isn't it?
Yes, the mule with no name.
I went
Yeah,
through the desert on a mule with no name.
Okay.
You would have thought that the amount of time they've been going through that desert, that they would have actually come up with a name for the horse.
You'd think. I feel like at that point it's just personal. I think okay. Well, I'm gonna call him Frills.
Frill.
Frills. Frills. Frills.
Frills.
That's a
And
nod
when we
to a
lose
grocery
him,
chain
it
here.
becomes no frills.
Exactly. The grocery chain here is No Frills, and they have all the no-name products.
I get it now.
Okay.
This
so
is
who's
not
gonna
an
drive-
endorsement for No Frills. We've not been paid for an endorsement. We're not affiliated with No Frills in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Wink.
So you get Frills the mule with a small little cart, and then there is basically a small, road is probably a I suppose you could call it a small road. It's not, it's not a main thoroughfare, but it's serviceable for a mule with a cart. So you can start traveling up. Remember, you are in the wilderness now. You're so that from time to time you may encounter other things besides people. So just keep that in mind.
Evil laugh, Dungeon Master.
Yes, I couldn't possibly comment that.
Yeah, you may encounter people who are not people, like gnomes.
Yes, or other things. Things are a bit more bite.
Or starts nodding her head at Freyord, like gnomes and other people.
Things a bit more bitier than gnomes.
So,
Hey, I'm
rodent?
bite, but you gotta pay for
What
that.
happened to our extra fighter that we have on our team? He's been awfully quiet.
Oh yeah, is he
lately.
joining us?
Oh, Oldham's definitely with you. He's not that talkative.
Yeah.
But he's just just following along, and he's sort of like, oh, I get to bash things. I'm happy.
Big, beautiful, and dumb, just how I like them.
Smashy, smashy.
Okay, so you wave goodbye to the villagers. So the villagers are like, good luck storming the castle. There you go. There you go. There's your Princess Bride reference. There you go. And so you head off on the track, and I'll just see if you actually encounter anything along the way.
Onions.
Sorry,
Onions.
Onions.
No,
Onions.
bunions with a B.
Well, these are
Like hammering
onions.
bunions.
Like what?
It's like-
Making my soup.
And you
I will
encounter
fight
a
onions
wild
to death.
band of roaming onions.
Roaming shallots.
Yay, dinner.
Oh.
Now I'm suddenly
French
picturing
ones.
the little animated food from the gum commercials. The little onions.
And they're shallots as well, so they're French onions. Oh, oui, oui, oui.
Like, "Wait, ha 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 ha.
Yes.
We are smelly."
We are good in soup, yeah? Oh, I just went into German, sorry.
Oh, we had
Just so
golden
we're clear.
soup.
I mean that shallots and onions are smelly, not French people. Let's be clear. I do not have a problem with
I'm
French
getting
people.
so chaotic.
Please address complaints to clover@istuffedup.com.
Das ist gut, huh?
Yeah.
I had little German onions now attacking us.
Hey, Neil, can you print out a 3D German onion attack?
So it's going to be like an onion with little lederhosen, with a little hat, with a little feather, and it's doing the flapping, the Bavarian sort of slapping dance thing. Yeah, I could do
Thing
that.
with the onion is every time you attack it, it just loses its outer skin and then it's like
Yeah.
whole again.
Yeah.
Just
It makes you
can't see
cry
because-
every time
And you're
you
crying,
attack it.
exactly. You're crying the whole time.
Every
The
time you
holder
slap
in the
it
vegetable
on
work.
it.
I feel I'm going to have to
Right.
create a magical German onion race, aren't I?
Yeah.
I think I have to do that. Okay. So you move north of the village, and your trip to the tin mine is uneventful.
Oh,
Aw.
You just enjoying the picturesque background of the towering mountains around you, with the conifers all over the pines all
what's
over the
that
hill.
smell? Is that onion?
I think it's German onion.
What, Clover's sort of just nibbling on an onion.
Later onion.
So you find yourself after like I said, after about an hour and a half up the road, you come to the tin mine. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, hang on. Can you see an image?
It's just a white screen for me.
Oh, why?
Maybe it's snowing at the mine.
Everything's gonna be okay, guys. It's gonna be all white.
Now it's a black square.
All covered in
Oh,
snow.
I know. Okay, yeah. Hang on.
Why?
It's black because I just turned on time. I don't need to do that. Okay, why hasn't that image shown up? I will have to.
No, black square, white square.
Don't you love when things work?
I just love the medieval music in the background. So relaxing.
Can you see anything now?
It's
A
teeny
little
tiny.
tiny.
It's-
tiny picture.
Yeah, it's little.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you are. The tin mine.
Dad brain.
Okay, so when you arrive, you're coming in basically from this direction. You can all see this.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right, so this is essentially it's a small area. You can see the scale there. Each square is about 5 feet, so it's only a 100 feet or so square area. This is obviously the mine. Don't worry with the actual measuring of the distance because it's not to scale. So you have a couple of buildings. So this building here is essentially the place where the miners can stay. It's like where they can rest and eat food and so on. There's a little outhouse here, and then this larger building is the smelter. There's a big sort of chimney stack there from the smelter, and then you've got like a pile of like ore that's been taken out of the mine, and then there's like a wood pile and packs of logs, chopped up logs for burning in the smelter. But when you come in, this is what you see. So what do you want to do?
Can we hear any sound of anyone else here?
So it's all quiet. Too quiet.
So, where a little too quiet. Where are we on the?
So you just basically come in here.
Right. And each square is 5 feet again.
Yeah.
Elise kind of elbow Clover. Do you think there's a burrowing animal here?
I would think if there would be a burrowing animal, it might be somewhere near a mine. So you're like so on point, but I kind of got sad how often I looked
No,
for
I'm just saying.
burrowing animals and didn't find any.
Well, I guess
Okay,
if you have the secret language of burrowing animals, you kind of sort of like go, I don't know, like call out to them.
Yeah, but without it being a caw noise, right? Yeah.
I think we should do that every time we walk into a room. We should ask Clover if there's any burrowing animals around.
At some point, you're going to get a burrowing animal somewhere.
Can I clarify
right, so-
something?
Mhm,
We
yes.
come in this point down the bottom.
Yep.
That point. Yes.
Yep.
There is a mine. So the entrance to the mine is at the top of the screen there.
Yep.
There is one exit out of this area up on the left top. And the rest of this area, yes, the rest of this area looks like it's got steep walls.
So essentially,
And
they've leveled it. I mean, obviously, it's in a sort of mountainous area, so they have over the years they have leveled out this area. They've dug down a little bit and made a sort of a flat area that they could then build the smelter and build the little.
As in, we've come into essentially what looks like an arena with one entrance, one exit, and a mine. We could essentially end up trapped, is what I'm saying, team.
Having a battle royale to the death.
We really could end up trapped. Because if we get from the mine and we get rounded up in the middle of this area, we have no exit. There is one entrance, one exit, and a mine. Entering the mine is a bad idea.
No, we have to go in the mine. If we don't find them, that's what we're here for. We have to kill them. That's what we're here for.
How high is this cliff? Because
so the mine is basically goes into the side of the hill. And if we go back to this map.
Oh, this is the dungeons part of the Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it?
So
it's not the dragon part.
So you've got like you've actually in traveling.
How we know of.
You've gone up. What have you gone up at? 1, 2, 3. You've gone about 400 feet higher from the village. So you've gone up a reasonable height. To get to the mine, so that the mine it's essentially it's into the side of a hill.
So this cliff is 400 feet.
No, you are about 4. You've gone up the winding road up to the mine, and the elevation is about 400 feet higher from. I mean, the village is essentially at the base of the valley, on the valley floor.
I was just wondering if we can basically move along this area and then go around here and maybe get down to my entrance here. So if they are going to
this whole area here is fairly level. You can essentially walk to the mine right through here. You don't have to, if you want to go the hard way.
She thinks she doesn't want to.
Oh, okay. So
if there's like ambush of archers around, goblins are hiding, then we are like inside sitting. They have the high ground.
However, counterpoint, if we get in the mine and they're waiting for us in the kill zone, if you want to call it that, then we are trapped in the mine. However, if we go through and check out the buildings before we go, then we know no one's behind us.
I mean, I could also detect danger with the palm of my hand.
Okay, and what does that do?
I don't know. I should know this because it's my skill. But
let's have a look at the description for detect danger. It says duration 6 turns, so an hour. Range 5 foot per level, so it's like it's you detecting stuff close by. So obviously, as you get higher levels, you can detect danger out to a wider radius. And you can use it to scan objects or a creature or a small area, and then you'll know whether or not.
But does it follow me around?
It's located on you. Okay. So essentially, you could walk into a room, for example, cast that spell, and it would detect anything that's dangerous in that room.
People always say I cast a spell when I walk into a room.
So, so
that would be a pretty small room, though. You said it's 5 feet, right? So it's basically within touch distance for him right now.
At the moment,
like anything that he can touch.
Being a level
if it's touching me, I know it's dangerous. Yeah.
He can do like a 5 foot area around him at the moment, so he could go and do a small room.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so he couldn't scan the entire mine, for example. He could.
So if there,
he's limited to about one of those squares. So
I still feel like it's worth casting just to like.
I think it's the timing to do it.
It's one square. What is the point of that? What is the point?
It's one square. It's
amazing for traps. It's amazing for traps.
The goblin has to be standing in front of you to be able to tell that it's there. Blimey, we're all dead.
Well,
have you ever had an arrow stuck in you from a trap? I'm gonna
But
say
that only tells me
no.
that it's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, you could use it. If there was a trap or something that was.
I would say maybe
Walk
the
around
more.
like this going, I
The actual,
sense the trap.
the knowledge of the spell distinguishes between immediate dangers and potential dangers. So like a trap is not an immediate danger; it's a potential danger. But a creature obviously would be an immediate danger.
So would they still let him know if it's potential danger?
Yeah. So if you were say you're in a room and there was a chest and it had a trap on the chest, that spell would tell him that it won't necessarily tell you exactly what that is, but it will say that there's something dangerous about that chest.
So
Or
in
if
my
there was a creature that was approaching you, you would know whether or not it was dangerous or not, or whatever.
it might still be useful if they plant that explosive in the ground. At least we would know not to step on it.
Listen, I
Yeah,
get
oh
one
my
spell
gosh.
a day, and me not using it is pointless.
Do it. Do it. That's
Well,
me.
you
That's
need
my-
to tell me where you want to do it.
But you can only use it
It's on him.
once.
And it lasts for
give
an
it on
hour.
him.
An hour, right?
Yeah,
Good
it
for
lasts
an
for an
hour,
hour.
though.
It lasts for an hour, so basically, yeah, you can cast it, and then wherever you walk, it's going to be like an aura.
So
around
I
you.
would love, I'm assuming we're going into this mine, right, guys?
Yes.
I'm going.
Great, we have the human mood ring with us.
Right.
And
All right,
it's a
so
trap
I'll
caster.
give you a bit more information. So, I mean, you're in the mine area, and you can see. I don't know. You're going to go inside the buildings or anything like that.
I'm
Let's
just
go.
gonna take frills. Oh, I can't actually click on it. Oh, that's because I'm clicking on your shared screen. I'm gonna take. You see where the other cart is?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take frills over to that
Okay.
and just sort of set him up, like tie him up, so that he's not gonna run away somewhere where there's like water. There's got to be water here, right? Because they would have animals up here all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to basically put him with wherever they would normally put their animals in our cart right next to him. And then I'm going to come back to my friends or say, okay, are we checking out the buildings? What are we doing?
As you walk over
What
there
is
with frills, and you're going to tie up frills to the wagon or whatever. That's an outhouse. If you're caught short, that's where you need to go. But you do notice in the dirt a number of footprints.
How big?
Oh, is that it?
Quite a reasonable number of footprints.
But like human
indeterminate
or
number, but
goblin
certainly
size?
Eh?
Goblin footprints or human shoe footprints?
They seem to match some of the footprints that you noticed in the village after the morning of the attack.
So goblins.
So goblins.
Yes. I'm trying to be a bit more mysterious.
Whereas,
Tracy, go with me.
Wow, big surprise!
Good find out a mage and I got intelligence.
In the theatrical scene, this is foreshadowing. Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna use my keen gnome hearing, and I'm gonna listen for anything making sound, whether it's like crunching, scrambling, or like some kind of animal noise, other than frills.
Okay. So you tell everyone to quiet down, and you listen, and eventually you can't really hear anything unusual in this area. It's just the wind and the birds squawking in the sky as they fly around, and the rustle of the bushes and things around in the wind. But there's nothing unusual that you can hear.
All right. Can I make my little noise?
Your burrowing animal whisperer.
My caw, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you can go do your little twittering or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, just see if I can hear anything after that.
I'll just check if there's anything nearby. Okay. And you actually hear something. You hear it.
Oh, what the hell? Well then, okay, sorry.
And so where were you standing?
Probably still near the cart. I wouldn't have moved after I tied up frills, so I would have stayed there just to not cause too much commotion.
You hear a little twittering back from this sort of from these bushes here, and as you walk over there, you actually come across a little mole. Pops his head up, sort of very sleepy looking eyes, partially closed, squinting in the sunlight. Yes.
What the hell is happening?
Oh my god, this is the most adorable moment of my life. Wait, I've totally forgot my accent, my voice.
That freaking spell works?
I'm so screwed up. Yep. I'm so sorry that I woke you, my friend. Wow, this has never worked before. Literally, my parents have told me my entire life that I can do this, and this has never worked before. And like tears are coming to her eyes. Okay, so you are like my first animal I've ever talked to, so I'm really sorry that I feel like I'm like babbling already.
Have you got any worms?
Worms?
Worms, I like worms.
Oh. No, but I don't have any worms. What about like a carrot or something? I've got carrots.
Did they taste like worms?
Orange worms?
Orange worms. Okay, yeah, orange worms are good.
We'll try. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. So I'm gonna like rummage for something I had grabbed for like frill, and I'm gonna give it to the mole and say.
And the mole grabs it with his little grabs it with little paws and pulls it in.
Oh.
And he goes, I like orange worms. I like orange worms.
Okay, so my name is Clover. What's your name?
Molly.
Molly. How perfect. I mean, it's literally perfect for you. I couldn't think of a more perfect name. Okay, so Molly, I'm just wondering, were there lots of like I don't want to say like me. Elise, get over here.
Yes.
You're human, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yes.
So she had to think about that. So
Not a trick question. Not a trick question.
Were there lots of humans here before? Like humans like my friend? Like big, not like me, but like bigger?
Big men, dirty men.
Dirty men.
Dirty
okay.
Men.
And they go in the mine?
Go in big hole. Go in big mole hole and don't come back.
They didn't come. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Did you see any of them get taken out here, like grabbed?
No, we saw the bad men. The bad men.
The goblins, the ones who made these footprints, and I'm gonna like walk over and point at like the weird footprints.
Yeah, the angry men. Yeah, angry men, mole men. Yeah.
Angry mole men. Okay. Don't be hard on yourself. You're nothing like them. Nothing like them. So, do you have... Hey, this is going to sound like a weird question. Do you have a family?
No.
Do you want to come with us? I have one of those orange worms, and we could be friends, and you can help me, and I'll give you more orange worms, and we could be friends.
So Renault runs over.
We don't take pets with us.
Molly wants to stay in his hole. Molly wants to stay in his hole.
Okay.
Do you have any more of the orange? Do you have any more orange worms? I like the orange worms.
And sorry, what did Renault say when he came over?
Renault is running over and he is casting his spell right over the mole to detect danger. Are you?
It's got rabies or something. My goodness.
You channel the forces of nature, Renault, and you move your hands in special mystical ways and encounter a few words, and then suddenly you are made aware of no danger from this mole.
All right,
Does your spell actually say anything? Like, do you have to say anything so that I know?
Danger! Reveal yourself.
And I'm just gonna look up at you with my arms folded.
Danger did not reveal itself.
No. I hope that's not like a one-time thing.
No, it sticks around for an hour.
He's got an hour now, so he's now.
The clock is ticking, so
built-in,
use your words carefully, Clover. The clock is ticking on this thing.
Do something.
I have heard that if it lasts for more than 4 hours, you need to see a doctor, but that's a different story.
It's
So,
never lasted that long for me. No.
good. All right, so Molly,
Renault has
Can I
got
ask, do,
Renault has
do
his
you also
parasensory-
yell danger, danger during the other act as well?
The Renault's
Do you
got his
glow up
parasensitive glasses
after
on
you
to turn
do
black in the
those
first
things?
danger.
Oh, Clover, can you ask the mole how many of the goblins went into the mine?
Oh, you're so smart. You're so smart. Molly, here's another orange worm. Can you tell me how many of the bad, dirty mole men there were?
Lots of angry mole men.
You can't count, can you? One,
Were there any non?
What is count? What is counting?
Yeah. Unfortunately, they don't really know, like, numbers. They're not.
He's a mole.
They're kind of like Renault.
How many bigger than our group were the goblins? A lot bigger,
an hour.
almost as size as
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you see us, like this group. Was there more than us? Lots more? Or like a little more? Or like less?
The mole's sort of looking a bit confused.
It's
He
confused.
goes, angry moment, angry moment.
Oh,
Can we
Yeah, guys,
ask?
I
Like, were there any creatures that were not angry mole men?
Okay. So I'm going to try to make this simple. So there were dirty men. You know, like point at us. Except for Freyord. I'm really pointing at everybody, but not Freyord. And there were angry mole men. Were there other things other than Molly?
No.
Okay. Cool. So he didn't even see the wolves.
No, he didn't. No.
Did the goblin go in and out, or did just in and doesn't come out again? Because this was a few days ago, right?
It
Yeah.
was yesterday,
yeah,
last night.
yeah. He goes. Yeah. He doesn't know. He's kind of looking a bit puzzled.
Well, he
Oh.
sort of see. Part of the thing is moles are nocturnal, right?
Yeah.
Poor little fellow.
So he would have seen them come in, but he wouldn't have necessarily seen all of them because he didn't even see the wolves. So either they left the wolves out before they got here, or he didn't see everything. So, because I mean, his range is not going to be that far.
They can't see very well in
No.
daylight.
Right. So I'm going to not rely too much on that there isn't anything else here because it's based on what he's seen. So, all right, does anybody else have anything else they want to ask my new friend?
Does anyone have any questions for the mole?
And then like put my hand out because I want to hold him for a minute and see if he'll like come to my hand with like an orange worm.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Is he going to come to me?
Yes,
Am I like-
he comes out.
Oh
a
my
little bit-
God, it's
he's
so freaking white.
He's a bit timid, but he just comes out a little bit further out because he likes the orange worms that you've given him.
Okay, so I'm going to give him that and I'm going to pet the back of his head and be like, does anybody else have anything they want to ask him? This is my Snow White moment, people. I'm like milking it.
Are you going to burst into song now?
Probably not because I don't know what Snow White would sing.
The impossible
My friends
mole.
will come or something. The impossible mole, right?
I'm thinking this like out of Shrek when Fiona sings really loud, hits that high pitched note, and the bird bursts, like exploding mole.
I'm like, I have a vision of the mole getting hurt, and so I'm like trying to protect it. All right, so thank you. You've been really helpful, and I'm going to give him like one more carrot to take.
He goes, thank you, bye bye. And he disappears back down his little burrow.
And as I wave goodbye, and tears go rolling down my cheek, I love you.
Renault's gonna sidle up to Clover and give her a little bit of a hug on the shoulder and say, "You did good, kid."
Thank you. I didn't think you had a Boston accent until that moment.
Well, accents are very fluid in this fantasy land. I mean, Freljord has been Brooklyn, he has been Irish, he's been Scottish and Canadian, I think, at all times.
Well, okay, but he is
I get it
half
from my
dragon or
German.
something.
My mother was a German onion.
Your father smelled of German elderberry.
All right, so Clover is now on cloud 9 because this was the best moment of her freaking life.
And it probably will be.
All right, so you're
like
basically
John
you're
Hughes.
just in this area here after you've been conversing with the mole. What else are you wanting to do? You want to?
So I think we should at least do a cursory check of the buildings just to make sure there's no humans left behind, and I just don't want to get a goblin horde
We'll
behind
see if
us.
there's anything we can use, like weapons in there.
Also good. Oh,
Okay.
and there might be more
Torches.
moles.
We're about to go into the mines. We probably should search if there's any torches or.
But Clover has
Other
no
things.
interest in the rest of the adventure. She just wants to find more moles to talk to.
She spoke to a mole, and her life is fulfilled.
That's right.
So in entering
Normally
the cabin,
moles are a
you
reason for
find that the
concern.
cabin. When you enter the cabin, you find that it's in disarray. But there's a few little cots where the miners can. So the miners sometimes, when they come to work, they will actually stay the night up here rather than walk back an hour and a half back to the village every time. So they'll stay up here for a couple of nights and then go back. So there's some little cots in the cabin. Everything has been essentially ransacked. There's bedding has been tossed over. The beds have been turned on sides. Little cupboards have been opened and ransacked. The stove is cold. The fire is completely out in it. Some bits of simple pottery and all that has been broken on the ground. It looks like it's been completely trashed and ransacked. And then if you go across to the smelter, it's a similar
Wait,
thing.
you want to check the outhouse before we go away from it? Just to make sure. Not for a mole. I'm just looking in the outhouse to make sure there's
You
nobody
want a
waiting
toilet
to
bowl
push up.
now. You're looking
The
for
toilet.
mold in the toilet.
Toilet moles?
No, it's a toilet bowl, not a toilet mole.
Now, is the outhouse dangerous? Do we need to
For a
show
mole in
danger
the
at
bowl.
it?
Well,
Renault, can you
as
check the
Renault
outhouse?
approaches the outhouse, the only danger he detects
Every
is
outhouse is dangerous. I don't need magic to tell you that.
you detect a foul odor, but that's the only danger that you perceive.
This thing literally does not have a drain. It just stays there.
It is literally
Dangerous
a hole
from
in
an
the ground with a seat above
environmental.
it.
But yes, I will happily go over to the outhouse. Should I open the door and check it?
No, just check it with the door shut. Of course, you should open the door.
Alright. I use my magic to detect if there's danger coming from this outhouse.
I so want you every time you go to check it to think that you have to say danger.
Reveal yourself! I am now officially doing this magic spell every
In front of a toilet.
No, but I mean, even once the spell's active, I so want Renault to be the dummy who goes.
For the next hour, I am your monkey for the next hour. I will do it constantly.
You are literally the canary in the mine, aren't you?
Ha ha, very funny.
Oh,
Okay,
my lord.
so when you inspect the smelter, it's similar situation to the cabin. The smelter, the fire is out in the smelter. You see some tools and things just sort of scattered on the ground. Whoever was working there, may have left in a bit of a hurry. There's again, it looks like things have been ransacked, but it's a smelter, so there's really nothing of any value in there. But yeah, it all looks like it's all been given a good once over by, presumably by the goblins or the angry mole men, as the mole called it.
And there was nothing in the outhouse. I just want to make clear.
Yes, we have spent an inordinate amount of time on this outhouse, but yes, there is no perceived danger in the
You
outhouse.
have cleared the outhouse. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And the other stuff is just piling. So
Yeah, so you got like a piles of of the ore that they mine from essentially, just a little metallurgical lesson. They mine the tin ore, bring it here and put it in the smelter, and it's burnt, and they smelt it and produce the tin metal. So there are a few little lingots of tin stacked inside, which obviously the goblins didn't seem to have any particular interest in. But yeah, so it's a small little working smelter. Yeah.
Should
All
we
right.
head into
So
the
they've
mine?
built it. What's that?
Should we head into the mine?
I'm good. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's do it. Can I lead the way since I can sense danger?
Yes. You and Og, what's his face?
Oglum.
Oglum. And actually, we should have like a marching order as we go in, right?
Yeah, you established a marching order last time we played. I don't know if you want to keep the same order or not. It was Oglum and Renault at the front, Freyal taking up the back, and Clover, Elise, and Ada in the middle.
That works for me.
For me?
Yeah, I like that.
So you make your way up here. As you get to the entrance of the mine, Renault's spider senses start tingling, and you detect that there is danger.
So I can't detect how far the danger is.
Oh, 5 feet.
Well, basically, as you step into the entrance of the mine, you don't have to travel very far inside the mine, only maybe about 20 feet or so, where you encounter a rockfall.
Okay, I'll say, everyone stop. Danger has revealed itself. And I will point to the rock wall.
So there's clearly been a rockfall or partial collapse of the mining shaft. You can see that some of the supporting timbers have been burnt or appear to have been burnt, causing the collapse.
That wouldn't. Can I do a check to see if this is like new construction, even though it's actually been demolished?
So, as a gnome, you cast a keen eye over the mining structure. This is a working mine, so the mine, you can see that it's been there for a while, but obviously the rockfall is very recent.
Okay.
Does it look intentional?
Yes. Well, the timbers have been burnt, so someone's obviously set them on fire.
Okay.
All right. Does it feel like it's like imminent danger, Renault, or like it could be dangerous, like as in we could have a cave in?
It detects it's kind of like potential danger.
We probably should deal with it before we go further, because even if we walk past, if we need to come back out, it would be good to have an open pathway in case the thing fall while we're in there.
Right.
It's a substantial rock wall. It's essentially blocked the
how
tunnel.
does it cover? Does it fill the whole room?
It fills the whole.
And there's no way around it.
There's no way around it. Basically that area of the mine shaft, the tunnel has collapsed. It is blocked.
Are there any other ways through the tunnel?
No, but that's the only entrance into the mine. It's essentially it's completely blocked it.
So,
Wait, so
as you're inspecting the rockfall, you actually hear a little bit of a sound coming from what it's saying. It's coming from the rockfall.
Can I do my listening at doors, but do it at the rock wall?
Yeah, you can do that.
Do I need to roll?
No, I roll for that sort of thing.
Okay. 2 and 6.
Okay, you kind of you go out because you're a gnome. You're listening, and you understand. You are more familiar with the sounds that you hear underground and so on. You can hear someone sort of like something sort of tapping on the rocks, and you can almost sort of hear maybe what might be a voice.
I think there's someone trapped under this rock fall. I think we need to move these rocks.
It could also be a trap.
It could.
Well, you got your danger Will Warrens and Druid there at the moment. So if there's anything that's dangerous, he'll know that it's coming.
So if it starts to collapse or something, I will know this.
You will get a sense, yes.
Okay. All right.
Elise, what were you going to say?
So there's sort of rocks on the ground, but there's still rock waiting to fall. Is that the scenario right now? I'm just confused of if the rock have fell already or haven't fall yet.
So I mean, obviously it's happened recently. This rock fall. There's not rock still continuing to falling. It's obviously stable for the time being. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But so Renor's danger would be there are potential of more rocks falling.
Yeah, he would probably he would probably be forewarned if there was going to be any further rock falls. Yeah.
Well, we do have a cart we can use to help clear out the area.
Okay. I'm going to just start digging where I heard the noise because I don't want to leave a person to die.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Clover starts to pull some of the rocks down, sort of, grabbing. Once you can, obviously you're a gnome, you're not the biggest, but you can sort of, you start pulling away some of the rocks. Obviously, you have to stop. You have to pull out some rocks. You have to stop, listen, pull out a few more rocks, and listen because you obviously can't hear anything when you're moving the rocks around. You're able to pull out one rock, and it opens up a very small opening, and then you listen, and again you hear the tapping again.
Hello.
You call out, do you?
Yeah, just quietly, like into the hole.
Yeah, so the goblins can hear us.
No, they're not going to hear through the rock.
You hear some coughing, and you hear a weak voice say, "Hello."
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Knock.
Goblin who? Goblin
Goblin
Goblin your ass.
You hear.
It's goblin time.
You go, it's Baldar the foreman.
Is that a name of one of the guys that they said had gone missing? I'm just looking. Oh, we can ask Oglin because he knows. Oglin.
Yes.
Do you know who Baldrin is?
Well, Oglin wouldn't know because Baldar's from the village. Oglin came with you guys. He came from way
from the other place. That's right. Never mind.
From the other place.
Hey, I don't have it written down what the names of any of them were.
You didn't get the names.
We didn't get any names.
You didn't get any names of the miners. No.
Aww.
Who is it? We're trapped down here.
Well, there's more than just you?
Yes, me and the other miners.
How long have you been in there?
Some of us are injured. We need help. Can you get us out? We need help. We've tried to. We can't. We have no light in here. It's hard to work.
Hey, so the town sent us that brother of the church. What the heck is his name again? Oh, what is his name?
Aldrich.
Is that what the miner tells me?
Brother Aldrich.
Okay, these guys are legit. All right.
Supposed to
I know the brother. It was a test.
I know that. I know they're legit because I don't sense danger.
Oh, good point. They may be further away though.
Did Did you do your danger thing again?
Reveal yourself.
It's constant now. It's ever since he's cast it. It's constant.
Right, but we were saying that he should be unaware of the fact that it's constant, and even when he said he has to go every time. Because that would be funny. All right, is anybody else going to help me with this, or is this just like a one gnome job? Like, what are we doing here? These are definitely the miners. They know the name of the cleric.
Well, let's get them out. Can we lift the rocks?
Are there goblins around? Have you seen the goblins?
Nope.
Not
The
here.
goblins attacked us. The goblins attacked us. We had to retreat into the mine to protect ourselves. And then the goblins burnt the shaft and caused the rockfall. That's how we're trapped in here.
Oh shit! That means the goblins are not in there with you?
No, the goblins are behind us.
All right. So while we're emptying this, we need somebody on lookout because we can't. Both.
I mean, that sounds like a job for me, but I'm also like the only dude with muscles.
No, you should be at the rock wall pulling rocks down because you're the one who's going to tell us if this thing's going to cave in on our head.
I have to do everything. Yeah,
right,
I know.
I'm good at stabbing. You forget that I'm good at stabbing things and stealth. How about I be the lookout?
I love it.
Well, I guess I do need to be within 5 feet of the wall. So
yes. No, you have to be helping with the rocks.
All right.
Maybe we can have one of our other, like either Oglum or Freyord just standing guard at the entrance, and then Ada can kind of go out and like stealth around and actually like look for them.
Maybe just one of them and the other can help move rocks since they are people with the as well.
Exactly.
It is hard to move a rock and it's way too heavy for her.
Who's stronger, Freyord or Oglum?
Oh,
let's see them arm wrestle. Arm wrestle.
Arm wrestle. I win. Collapse.
Right now,
they are actually the same strength as each other.
All right. Well, then let them choose. They can rock paper scissors once to decide.
What? So who's going to be standing out and watch then?
One of them is going to stand like inside the mine, like just so they can see out into the outer area. Yeah. Because Ada can go anywhere that there's shadows, right? Or she can just stand in the shadows and wait. But it would also be good to have someone with armor there.
Freyord says.
Actually, sorry. It is just said that maybe they can both help with rock and I can be out there. If there's goblin charging, I might be able to scare them away with something.
Yeah.
And then there will be enough of a... Then we have more people moving the rocks.
Yeah. Okay, call me if you need me. I'm going to be moving rocks because I know construction and rocks and digging. Shit.
I'm outside stealthing.
Okay, so we got Elise and Ada outside. And Oglom, Renault, Freyord, and Clover, who being a gnome and familiar with underground mining sort of activities, you're able to actually help saying what you can spot.
Take that one.
Pick that one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, so I mean, you can tell that it's going to be a big job. It's going to take quite a few hours to dig these people out. So I mean, you left in the morning, and you took about an hour and a half to get up there. So you arrived late morning. You've been in the mine now for about half an hour or so, and you've detected the miners. So it's going to take pretty much until nightfall to dig these people out.
Well, I don't know, guys. I don't see any point I don't see us like walking away and leaving these people to die.
Okay.
What do you think?
Might as well start moving rocks.
I was just saying, like, it's going to take us a long time to get through this, but I can't see us stopping and like going somewhere to try to potentially find the goblins. I think maybe we should just like wait them out, but like get these people out of here first.
The goblins can come back at any time.
They could,
you realize that as night falls, the goblins are probably going to come back.
But you realize we were looking for the goblins, so if the goblins come and find us, they save us the hassle of looking for them, and then we can just kill them here. I sense that you're afraid, but it's okay. And I'm going to like pat your hair as much as I can reach it and be like, it's okay. You know what?
Do not touch me, gnome. We might be on the same party, but do not presume to touch me.
All right, I'm sorry. I won't touch you again. I apologize. But you have to recognize the omen that happened today. I talked to a freaking mole. I mean, come on.
Oh, is that what that grunting noise was? Oh.
Yes. Yes. I was talking to Molly, and the fact that this happened for me, finally, it's a big deal. I know that you don't get it, and it's okay. I understand that your mind is closed, and that's okay. But it was a big deal. So I think you should recognize that things are going to be okay. We're going to kick butt, but we have to find them first. So if we wait here and they come back, that would be great. Because we have the element of surprise. They're not going to expect us here.
Okay, so Ada and Elise, are you going to essentially just basically stand just outside the mine, or are you going to move out? Where are you going to keep watch?
Oh, where is my little... So I'm going... Oh, tell me there's a bush or something above here where I can actually hide out. I can watch the entrance as well as anything else happening out this way.
You can scamper. You can scamper up this sort of, I mean, bit of an escarpment, but they've sort of cut into the ground, and you can. There isn't a lot of bushes there, but you can kind of just put yourself up there and sit.
Great, inconspicuous, just squatting above the entrance. Fabulous. With like, I'm imagining myself with like a palm frond just in front of my face, like, pay no attention to me. I am part of the scenery.
Okay, so Ada's perched up here, keeping an eye. Where are you going to be, Elise?
So I'm going to be just inside the door, watching out and staying in the shadow.
Okay.
Since my background is a carpenter, is there any way I can make like some simple trap in case the goblins want to charge us?
You want to make what, sorry?
Since my background is a carpenter, is there a way that I can make traps, like simple traps?
Traps? You want to make a trap? You don't have any carpentry tools on you, though. I don't know what you'd have in mind in the way of a trap. You've only got what's kind of at hand, so there's a couple of tools, but I mean essentially the tools that are lying around the mine site are mining tools. So there are a couple of like little picks and things, but there isn't. The only sort of woodwork there's a saw, but they use for cutting up, logs and things when they're preparing timber for the smelter, for the fire.
How tall is the entrance to the mine?
It's about 10 foot high.
Okay, so can I, because I have ropes, I have hammer, and with all those things, anything sharp or pointy, maybe I can have like a rope system that they're sticking to the ceiling right now, but if I put a rope, they start swinging down and maybe smash the goblins in the head if they're at the entrance. So.
Have you got
imagining Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball at the moment.
Yeah, it's like a wrecking ball.
I think some people have some iron spikes. Does anyone have any iron spikes?
Let me check my list of what I have. Dungeon Master, I found my list.
Ah, that's helpful.
I have no iron spikes.
Can't remember if Freljord. I haven't got Freljord's equipment list because, so I don't actually know what he's got.
Okay.
Not an Oglum doesn't.
Ooh,
So
thieves' tools.
I
Are
do
there any
not-
iron spikes in that?
no, thieves' tools are basically like lock picking tools. So quite delicate and picking locks and things.
In those buildings, is there like nails or stuff that I can use my hammer to like pull out?
You've got you've got a hammer. It's not like a claw hammer. It's just like a mallet type hammer.
Okay, that probably.
But yeah, I mean, if you go and rummage around inside the cabin, you might find a jar of some nails and things that the blacksmith would have made from in the village. So you can find a few nails, and you've got your rope. So yeah, if you want to try and put something together, you can try. Yeah.
I let Ada know that what I'm doing, and that I go and rummage and gather materials.
All right, so you're going to go and rummage around in the cabin or something like that.
Is maybe this one first, since it's closer to the entrance.
Sorry.
Sorry. Maybe this building first. Wait, why is it
The
not?
smelter.
The smelter. Yeah. Okay, you go in the smelter. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's inside the smelter. There's it's a work area. It's not an enclosed cabin. It's like one of the wall under here is this area here is kind of open, so you can walk in, and there's essentially the mouth of the fire, and then there's where they pour off the molten tin. There's some ingots and so on there. There isn't a lot of tools there. It's mainly just sort of, things for grabbing hot metal, sort of tongs, a couple of, hammers or something like that.
Okay. So I grab some hammers and anything that is sharp or pointy, and then also find the nails.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just see if you. Yeah, you find a small handful of nails in a like a jar inside the cabin.
Cool. And then I take the hammers, the nails, and the things, and I go back to the entrance to start setting up the trap.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, the guys and Clover are pulling away the rock. So that's taken up about an hour. So it's about midday now. The miners on the other side are pretty quiet. I mean, Boulder basically says that some of them are injured, and that's why they haven't been able to dig themselves out.
All right. Well, we're doing the best that we can because these rocks are pretty heavy, and there's only a bunch of us.
So like I said, the first hour passes. Nothing eventful happens. So you're just concentrating on digging these guys out. In the
For an
next
hour?
hour, though, suddenly,
So I don't have my skill anymore. Crap.
Oh shit! I hadn't thought about that. I was thinking we were going to end up in
as you're digging,
combat right away.
you start to hear a shake, and Clover, because you're a miner, you're familiar with some sounds, and you go, "Oh no, it's gonna fall!"
All right, guys, back up.
I want
Right,
you all to do
more-
a dexterity check
Oh shit. All right.
as you rush out of the mine.
Do I
D20, right?
D20.
Did I roll as well?
No,
I didn't do that.
Ada and Elise, you don't have to. You're not inside the
We're
mine.
outside.
Yeah.
Why do I always get hurt?
Okay. What's your dexterity, Tracy?
11.
Okay. Yep. Renault, what did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not good. It ain't good. And my dexterity is a 10.
Okay, and
I'm slow and stupid.
actually, you probably need to roll under it. Hang on.
Such a happy little noise.
Okay. So Freljord scampers out quite quickly. You guys, though, aren't as quick getting out.
Give me the bad news,
you have
Doc.
to be. Wait, do you have to be under your dex or over?
I think you have to be under your dexterity.
Well,
So
then
that means
Renault
that-
gets out.
So wait, I'm the only good one?
No, Renault and you said Freyord, right?
Because the higher the number, the easier it should be for you to roll under it. That should be how it works, shouldn't it? Yeah. So, Renault rolled.
4.
Four.
He was way under.
Yeah.
And I rolled 13, and I was just over. So
And Oglum also
Yeah,
rolled
both
over as well.
okay, so Oglum and I are slow. I'm busy
Yeah.
saving everybody else's life. Just remember me well when I die. Bury me
Yeah.
with the mole.
If you die young, bury you. What's that song? If I die young.
If I die young, bury me with a mole.
Bury me
feel
in that.
I feel like in this case we don't have to bury her since that's her cause of death.
Oh, wow!
Wait, you're gonna leave my
That is
corpse?
straight up savage.
Okay, so basically, Oglum
No, at least had that in
are
her.
a bit too slow, and you get caught in the rock fall.
Just me?
You and Oglum.
Okay.
And the rocks fall on you guys, injuring you guys. So it's not a complete total collapse, but the rocks have fallen down and caught you guys. Oglom takes 3 points of damage, and so do you, Clover.
Oh my god, I am almost dead.
Doesn't take
I have
much.
1 hit point left. I have 1 point left. Am I trapped?
No, you're not trapped. But you were injured by the rocks as they fell on you.
Okay. So I can kind of like move. I'm not trapped under a rock. I can get out from under it.
Yeah, you can get out, but you sort of caught the dust. There's a huge amount of dust that comes out the entrance of the mine, and there's obviously a rumble, and Freljord scampered out, and Renault scampered out, and that Oglum and yourself were hit by the rocks as they collapsed, but you're able to sort of bloodied and pull yourself out of the rocks.
How does Oglum look in terms of like how hurt he is?
Not gonna lie, it ain't great.
He's quite bit up too.
Really?
Mm,
So he's a noob too. So he doesn't have a lot of HP.
mm, mm.
You know what, guys? If I take one more hit, I'm dead. So I'm gonna take the healing potion that we got. Glug 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 glug.
That is a pretty selfish act.
Yep. Trust me, it'll come in handy.
So what that is it's not a magical healing potion. It's a sort of like a, what was it? Osdale's recuperative elixir.
Osgood's.
Osgood's.
Oh shit! Yeah, because it only gives me double, so it just gives me. So would that mean that I get 1 hit point back halfway through the day then, or do I still have to sleep to get hit points back?
You'll need to rest and get it, and it will whatever you'll roll for whatever you recover, and it will essentially double whatever you roll.
Oh, well then I'm not gonna drink it then. If I knew that was the case, I wouldn't drink it now because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because it's not a healing potion. Okay.
Yes, no, it's not magical. It doesn't give you instantaneous healing. It basically just helps you. See, if you rest, for every complete day of rest, you get 1d3 hit points healed. It'll essentially double that rate.
Right. Okay. So no, I'm not gonna drink that, but I'm gonna wow, that hurt. Oh.
Yeah, I would suggest for Clover probably doesn't go back inside the mine again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep pulling rocks.
That rockfall has added several hours extra to the work to get them out of them.
All right, guys. I think not just because I just got seriously injured, but if I'm gonna do anything today, I don't want it to be dying just digging out rocks. I think we need to find these bastards and then send someone to save the miners.
Is it possible to send a message back to the village to come and send people to come and help with the miners while we deal with the goblins? Is that possible somehow?
Yeah, you could do that. You could go back to the village and now you know that the miners are alive. You could
Why don't we do that? We're here to kick goblin butt, not to dig out some miners. The village people can come and dig out their own miners.
Also,
We're forgetting who we are. We're goblin.
Isn't one of the village people a miner? Or he has a mining helmet?
No, there is no miner in the village people.
One of them there's a construction guy.
Yes, but it's not a miner. I'm a construction guy. That's you know what? Is it nighttime now?
No, it's just past midday. You'd only been working for a couple of hours on the rock face when it collapsed.
If we go back, we can also get Clover healed up by the brother.
Well, that's a good idea.
What was that?
It's only an hour there and an hour back, so we still can get.
It's about an hour and a half to go back.
I'm good to go back.
I feel like somebody should turn back and tell the village and get help.
I feel like
the manpower.
I feel like we should stay together because traveling back, they could run into a group of goblins by themselves.
Or anything else.
And we don't have any potions left.
We don't have any potions.
We're going to be able to dig these miners out by ourselves. And I think if we leave them to go chasing after goblins, they could die in the meantime. Do we all travel back to the village together to go and
that's
get
what I think
extra
Lisa's saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Farrell and Oglam's obviously a bit beat up. He'd be keen to get out of the area. So is that you deciding to do? You're going to head back to the village?
Yeah, we're going to grab Frills and the cart and go back to the village.
All right. So after the dust,
what's that, Elise?
With that,
how complete is my trap right now?
You hadn't got too far along the way until when that rock fall. Like you said, you'd only been working for a couple of hours at clearing the way.
So it's not going to just randomly fall down and kill more random people that might not be goblin.
No, you hadn't completed it yet. No.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, so you're all deciding to head back to the village.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
We're not excited about it, but we have to.
I thought it would be.
Before we go, I tried to yell through the rocks. We'll be back with more people. I hope.
Don't sense danger.
Eaten on the way.
All right, so you're heading back to the village.
We probably should have thought about this before we came up, shouldn't we?
Well, you were checking the place out, so you didn't know what you were going to encounter, did you?
We're not the best advanced planners, so we're not that good at it.
Well, we couldn't have known that they were going to
anything
in a rock.
Except talking to moles.
I mean, the highlight of this trip is that we had somebody talk to a mole.
Thank you.
I yelled danger into the outhouse.
Okay,
It was actually
the trip
kind of a
back, the trip
intriguing
back
conversation
to the village is uneventful. And on your return, you'd been gone for I suppose that would take him to. You sort of back. You're kind of back by mid-afternoon. The villagers are obviously a bit surprised that you've come back, but they and they're even more surprised when they see that Oglum and Clover are a bit bruised and bloodied, and clearly in a bit of a bad way. They immediately usher you into the inn and sort of sit you down and give you something to drink, and they're asking, "What's happened? What's happened? What's going on? Did you find the miners? Are they okay?"
Just hearing there was like a sound of an ambulance in the background in somebody's place. And I'm like, yeah, they're sending the ambulance for Clover and Oglum. Sorry. Digression. Yeah, we did. They're in a cave-in, and we tried to get them out, and voila, is what happened. So we need your help to come and get them out while we deal with the goblins. We can't do both, and I don't know how long they'll last if you leave them in there.
Okay, the fact that they know that they're alive and you guys are around, the villagers start. They find a bit more courage, and they get themselves motivated. And yeah, they've dealt with rockfalls in the past, being a mining village. So the locals start gathering, timbers and picks and shovels and things like that nature. And they'll agree that when you guys want to head back, they will come with you guys to help dig out the miners.
Sweet.
And where is Brother Aldrich? Because we need some help.
Okay, Brother Aldrich comes over, and so unfortunately, he actually cast his spell this morning to heal Renault.
This
You
morning.
only get one a day.
Ugh.
Kill him last night?
Yeah, why wouldn't you
my
have done it
God.
last night?
He cast last night when Renault was, but he didn't completely heal him. And then in the morning, he cast it again because he got his spell back the next day.
Well, didn't Renault heal one hit point himself sleeping, and he got
Yeah, I
three
got a
last
couple
night?
of points myself, but then he healed me the rest of the way.
Oh, I see. So he doesn't have any other spells. This guy has been around forever, and he's got one.
No, he sees you guys are injured, and he goes. He sees that it's quite serious because you guys are quite in a bad way, and he disappears back to his church, and he comes back with a small little vial. He goes, I only have one dose of this, so but you can use it. It can heal. So who will be taking it?
Oh, we're fucked.
How big is it? Like, is it a medium?
It's a single dose, so it'll heal either of you.
I feel like Clover is in more danger of dying.
Yeah, does Oglum look like he's like half dead kind of thing?
He's beat up. He's pretty beat up, but not as beat up as you. Who's going to take it then?
I'm not. I won't vote. I won't vote.
I vote Clover.
I vote Clover.
Yeah.
Okay, Ferry all agrees, and Oglum's going. Yeah, let the little girl take it.
Little girl. I mean, I
Little
appreciate
girl?
it, but like,
I'm thinking of
Oglum,
the
seriously, I'm old
Oh
enough
my
to be your mother.
It's freaking
I might be
hardcore, man.
little, but I'm not a girl.
Okay,
I'm not
so
going to hit you for that, though, because I don't want to cause more damage to you right now.
I'm a woman.
Please tell me it didn't just give me one hit point.
its healing potion is a cure light wounds, which is 1d6 plus 1, so it just gave you 2 extra hit points.
Oh, okay. I'm not fully back, but okay, close.
Okay. What's your maximum normally anyway?
4. I'm like 75% now.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. All right. So yeah. So you use that potion. And
Thank you.
effectively all they can do
Oglum.
now is all the rest of them can do for you and Oglum is essentially just treat your just bind your wounds and clean your wounds and so on.
All right, let's go back. I didn't come out here to pussyfoot around. Let's go. They've pissed me off now.
Okay. Well, so it's about 2 o'clock. It's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. So you've only got a couple more hours of daylight before it starts to get dark. But the villagers are, they're definitely wanting to get the miners out. So you guys we head back then?
I'd like to. These things are nocturnal. Might not. I mean, we don't know where they are. So, I mean, yes, if we knew where they were nesting, that might help us to get them during the day. But as it is right now, we're not going to know where they are.
What time is it now?
2 o'clock.
So by the time you head back to the mine, you'll be getting there about a bit after 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30.
Yeah.
All right. Should we go back to the mines with the villagers? Help get the miners out, and then we decide what to do from there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. What do we do?
No, I just
Right.
have
So
to.
you're heading back to the mine, and fortunately, the trip back to the mine is again uneventful.
I have the song from Snow White. The hi ho, hi ho.
I feel like that might be inappropriate when you're going to get miners out of a mine.
So coming back to the mine is obviously yourselves, and then Halfar the blacksmith, as well as four other males. So that makes 5, and Brother Aldrich comes along as well, carrying his mace. He doesn't have any armor, but he's got his little mace in his wrinkled hands.
All right.
So you get back to the mine, and what do we say? It was about 3:30. So you got a couple more hours, a few more hours before nighttime. So obviously now with Oglom's a bit beat up, but he can work, but he's not as fit as he was before. But obviously more hands will shorten the work. Okay, so
I would leave it up to him whether he wants to be close enough to the rock wall again. I don't want to be.
Yeah, no. You're going to stay out. You're going to supervise.
I'm going to supervise. I'm like far enough back that unless the whole thing comes down.
Hard work never killed anyone who supervised it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, but these guys. The ambulance has turned up.
What is that siren noise?
Is that Elise? Is it? Okay, she's about to be raided. She's going to be raided.
Debbie, are you being swatted right now?
Okay.
All right, so you get to work, and the first couple of hours, it's no problem.
Are we still having people on watch, like Ada and Elise? Are you guys still on watch?
I will say yes.
Yeah, I'm on watch.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
Nightfall.
finishing up my trap.
Nightfall comes. You're still digging out. You've still got quite a few hours of work to go, but the people are that they start to get to work. They start with the timbers that they brought with them. They start cutting them and shoring up the tunnel as best they can. Clover, being a bit of having a mining background, you can also offer some input on that. And then obviously they got torches and they light them so they can start work, and they have lanterns so they can start working. But it's now getting darker. The night has fallen.
I feel like the goblins are going to come back, guys.
Oh, I think so too. But are the torches visible from outside of the entrance to the mine? Like, I know it's a fairly short way in that it's collapsed, but
the lanterns and the torches are inside the mine. There's a bit of a yellow glow that sort of comes out of the but it doesn't illuminate the rest of the like if you're on the map, it would probably illuminate that sort of area. And it would be it'd be a faint light as well. It's not like it'd be a bright shining light. It'll be a faint light because obviously the torches are inside the mine.
Do goblins have night vision or infravision?
Yes, they do.
Okay. So
He answered that way too quickly, guys.
yeah. I think
Funny you should
given
mention
that I'm
that.
the only one out of all of us that has infravision, I'm going to put myself outside of the mine. Hang on, I gotta put myself on the actual thing so I can point it out.
I'll drag you across, I think.
Unless anybody has a disagreement about this, I would like to say here are these bushes. Oh, what do I have to click to actually do the thing where it points out where I'm clicking?
If you have the select button, just click and hold.
Oh, okay.
Alright, I've accidentally drawn all over the map already.
Okay,
I don't know how to erase
give you
it.
Control of this of your token, Tracy. So you can actually move it around now. Try it now.
So I'd like to basically climb up the easy part right near the mouth and then make my way as quietly as possible over to here so that I am shielded from the back by, I'm assuming these bushes are big enough to hide little old me.
Yeah.
And I just, so that I can keep a lookout of this way and keep an ear out behind me, because I don't want us getting ambushed by people who can see in the dark and see those glowing lights. And I want that sort of behind me so it's not messing with my infravision.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that work?
Yep, that's good. Yeah.
Do you guys have a problem with me doing that? I know I'm not the stealthiest of all of us, but I'm the only one as far as I know with infravision.
Go for it.
No.
Okay, and Ada, are you going to stay where you were last time, or are you going to go
Staying
somewhere?
where I am.
Okay, and the guys are inside. All right.
How's
Cool.
my trap coming along?
Your trap. Oh, okay. So you're going to go back inside and do that. Okay. What's your intelligence score?
Intelligence 17.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, I mean, I don't think you have to roll. I don't think you have to roll for that. You should be smart enough to work out what you've got to do. So, yeah, it's what exactly do you want the trap to be anyway?
So I am. Wait, let's see. I am thinking something like this, where this is the. Oh, I draw down here. This is the cave, and there's I basically hand like knives, hammers, things that can hurt people, pointy things, and I'm.
That's the technical term, pointy things.
And then I pin them to the ceiling with those nails, and then I have a rope that is connected to those nails that I.
Okay, so you are essentially making like a type of crude sort of wrecking ball type thing, but you can just sort of swing down on someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's the Home Alone paint can, but with pointy things. Oh my god! Genius.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're able to. So what are you going to do? You're going to be using like knives, or you're going to be using like rocks or something.
So I gather a bunch of like hammers, sharp tools, pointy things from when I was scavenger for the nail.
Yeah.
So it will be those and anything that can reasonably stay on there with, or like if there's some.
And how are you sort of so you want them to swing down. So how are you keeping them up?
So basically I'll be nailing the nails will be nailing it to the rocks, and that's why it can't be big rocks. If it's rock, you have to be smaller. And then there's a rope that is going through the nails. So if I pull the rope, it would pull the nails down. So it's no longer holding it up to the ceiling, so they swing down. All
right. Okay. Yep. Got you.
This is freaking genius.
That is vicious.
This is Elise is the MacGyver of the of the group.
This will totally blow Molly out of the water, but like in a good way. I'm so excited for this. I want this to happen.
Okay, so you continue working. Elise is making a MacGyver trap. Clover is hiding in the bushes, keeping an eye out with her infravision. Ada is also in the shadows above the mine entrance, keeping an eye out. And,
Neil, while I'm out there, can I make my burrowing animal noise to see if there's anyone around nocturnally? Because basically the noise, unless you're a burrowing animal, it just sounds like I'm a burrowing animal, right?
Yeah, you're kind of making a sort of a chattering or
that's my guinea pig noise, by the way.
Wait, how does that help us though? If you're making that noise, you're just trying to suss out if the goblins are there?
No, I'm trying to see, because if there's like mice or rats or whatever else around, moles, whatever, they might know where the goblins are. I might say, "Have you seen any tonight?" And if they've seen them, then it might give us an early warning. Or I might say, "Hey, I'll give you some of, I don't know if I have any more carrots. I'll give you something if you go check out over there for me, because I might see movement or something, and the goblins aren't going to think anything of a rat running by."
Okay, all right. So you and then you're doing it for a little bit. You're kind of making a call, and then you hear a little rustle in the undergrowth, and your little mole friend pops up again.
Oh,
Molly, thank you.
Holy moly!
Okay. So he goes, "Oh, orange worm girl.
Or Clover. Okay, orange worm girl, I guess is fine.
You've been called worse.
You're really far. I didn't think your like territory would. Okay, anyway, have you seen any of the bad?
You were calling it. Remember?
Oh, so yeah, but I didn't think it would come that far. That's really far.
You're a summoner now.
You're a mole summoner.
Yes. I'm like the Saint. What is it? St. Patrick's of burrowing mammals.
Yeah.
The Pied Piper. So, did you see any of those bad men?
Angry mole men.
Yes.
Angry mole men coming.
Where?
And he sort of puts his nose and sort of points his snout in that sort of general direction.
And I'm gonna try to do the quantity again. I'm gonna grab like a whole bunch of rocks, and I'm gonna be like 3 or 4, and I'm gonna be a whole bunch of like, I don't know, like 10 or 12, and it'd be like, this many or this many?
He goes, "Not rocks, like angry mole men. Not rocks,
no,
angry mole men."
How many? Lots?
I don't think you get the concept. He doesn't really understand numbers.
I know he doesn't. I'm going to keep trying, though, because, Clover is an optimist. She kept trying for days and days and days to talk to a burrowing mammal, and now she has twice. Okay. Here, and I'm gonna give him another carrot.
Okay.
So I'm going to sneak my way back to my friends. Can I see them? I mean, I would be able to see them if I could see them if they were there already. Are they just coming down the path, or have they come down the path?
I will. Okay, hang on. We'll do this first. And just. So basically, where the mole had sort of pointed his nose in this sort of direction, and you look over there. You've got a range. Infravision is
90 feet.
It's actually 60 in this. Not your 90 feet. Maybe that's what it is in 5th edition, but in secret.
I downloaded the gnome info out of the document you gave me, so it says 90 in there, unless I've got the wrong.
Oh, does it?
I think so. Page 43 of 65.
Oh my lord, you came
We're
prepared.
in page numbers.
Okay.
I'm just trying to help.
A new
because I know
level of
there's
nerddom.
Hang on, I've got it in front.
References in a journal article.
Well, because I've never played a gnome before, so I was like, I'm printing this crap off so I don't forget that I can talk to, burrowing mammals and stuff.
Oh, I don't think you're going to forget that you can talk to burrowing mammals.
I had forgotten today until
That's
somebody
like
asked me to
MO.
check. I think it was Elise somebody asked me to check.
And we'll
I had
never forget
forgotten,
again.
so I will never forget again.
Never.
Where is it? Oh yeah, you're right. 90 feet. Stand corrected. Okay, so anyway, yes, you see a band of goblins entering from that what appears to be what seems to be like a path coming down.
Here.
You see a band of goblins, and you can make out that there's actually 6 of them.
Ooh, only 6. Okay.
No wolves though, but
okay. I am going to try to move as silently as I possibly can to go back towards the opening of the tunnel.
Okay.
Do you have to roll for that?
Yeah, roll a dice, please. 1d6.
Come on.
Yep. You're able to move silently, so you can move yourself back to the mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to the mine, and I'm gonna scamper down quietly, and then I'm going to let everybody know, guys, there's 6 of them coming. There's 6 goblins coming down that other path. We should get ready to ambush them inside the mine. I don't know if they've seen our lanterns yet.
Inside the mine. Is there anywhere to hide inside the mine though?
Also,
Yeah, because we're in. Yeah.
I have a spell that might be able to immobilize them for a little bit.
Me
you got
too.
You got your phantasmal force, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So on there it can
If
be
I
an
look at the spell description for that, illusionists. Where are we? Illusionist spells, phantasmal force. Here it is. The range is 240 feet, so it's quite large. By casting that, it covers like a 20-foot area, so you can make something really quite big. So you can make a monster, or you can do something like an avalanche, or you can make a scene. You can do.
I am thinking
anything
of I'm thinking of making like it's similar ambush of villagers just is around since they are here, right?
Yeah.
So maybe attack illusion of like attack from villager pushing down boulders and tree trunk at them and then it fall on top of them and pin them down.
So, sorry, say that again. Sorry, what you're wanting to do?
So creating an illusion of like the villager have prepared an ambush for them, and the villagers pull down like giant boulders and trees to that fall off this cliff and pin them down.
Oh, okay. So basically, as they're coming down here, you're going to make like a giant rockfall coming down on them.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, and they say that if they don't take any damage, but if let's say a character turned into stone would actually be paralyzed. So assume if they got pinned down beneath the rock, they would believe that they could be paralyzed, or at least immobile.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, how am I going to do this? I think. All right, so the goblins here, like I said, there's about 6 of them, and just
can I just suggest to my teammates, should we turn off the lanterns so they can't see us before they get down here? Because then they won't know we're here.
Well, with the illusion, because I'm making sense for why rock.
Oh yeah, because you want.
Elise doesn't have night vision, so she needs to be able to see what she's.
Everybody needs light other than me. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you're doing an illusionary attack, like an avalanche, essentially. Save versus spells. Okay. All right. So, goblins. Spells 18. Okay. So, what do I do here? Living throws. Higher or equal. Okay. Yep. All right. Cool. Okay. So you cast the spell. And better do it this way. Okay. Okay. Let's see if the goblin was 18. Okay, so as you do, you cast a spell. The goblins are walking down, they're sort of creeping down, sort of, trying to work out what's going on. Some of them are carrying swords or spears, and a couple have got some bows. And they come down, and then all of a sudden they hear a noise, and they look up, and these massive big boulders are coming down, falling on them. Yeah, they just give out a sudden scream as it feels like this nail falls down on them. And that causes, let's have a look. Okay, let's look at the spell again. Okay, yeah. So 2 of the goblins sort of rush forward, avoiding the rockfall.
Where are they now?
Okay, so let me just clear these dice. So the rockfall happened here, is that right, Elise?
Yes, on top of the goblin.
Yeah, on top of the goblins. So 4 of them essentially are trapped under the rockfall. 2 goblins sort of escape, and they sort of stop here. The 4 that are trapped, they let's have a look. So 3 of them are essentially like just killed, just outright.
Yes.
Just
wow.
And one of them is just sort of appears to be wounded. What's it say about?
So characters who appear to die actually fall unconscious.
Yeah. So you just knocked. So basically, you killed or knocked unconscious 3 of the goblins straight away.
So are they actually dead or just appear to be dead?
They fall unconscious. So the sort of psychological shock of these rocks falling, essentially they've fainted, really.
They're like
believe that
goats.
they're dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
they believe that they're dead. Okay.
They're mostly dead. Like in Princess Bride.
Yeah, mostly dead. Yeah.
They're only mostly dead. Wait, can we say that? Is that a copyright thing?
It's okay. I think I breached the copyright earlier. I did the,
We
the
credited
reference.
the original source. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
I already said I was Snow White earlier today, so we're
So
already in big
so
trouble.
you've got essentially 3 of the goblins just taken out by that. They just collapsed on the ground, and they're going to be out for quite a while, I would imagine.
And there's only 3 more. Can't we just take them on?
Well, there's one that's trapped too. So there's 4 that are trapped and 2 that are still going to advance on us.
Three were taken out completely. One of them took like a glancing hit from the imaginary rocks, and then 2 others were okay. So now
I say we take them on.
Do it.
Sure.
We can
We just take them on? Yeah, let's take them on.
Okay, so I will
We're not
load up.
dead
some-
yet.
I brought my sword and everything.
Okay.
Can you copy them once they're placed so that they're already sized for you?
That's a good question. Oh, look at that. I can. Oh, thank you, Tracy.
You're welcome.
Where is it?
Larger. No.
He's the big one.
Renaud, we need you.
Wait, where am I?
You're right inside the mouth of the cave, but you know that they're coming. So you guys, Ogrim and Freyord will be there ready to attack.
Yeah.
Funny, I don't sense danger.
You don't have that power up anymore.
No.
I'm gonna go back here.
Okay.
If we start taking a lot of damage, I have my spells still, so I can put them to sleep, or at least some of them. Because I'm presuming they're not very strong.
All right, bringing out Renault.
Renault, you look like a moody teenager. That's hilarious.
Here I am.
Hang on, let me just get you up and going.
That's funny because I envision him as like an old man.
So he's a late bloomer, is he, as far as adventuring goes, is he?
He's an old soul in a young body. Yeah.
Okay. So I think that puts us the villagers in typical cowardly villages are hiding in the
As
mine.
they should. As they should.
Oh, I thought you said in
They'd
the
be
gas
pretty
station.
useless and get in the way if they were trying to help us, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they'd probably just do something stupid and get themselves killed.
Okay, so you got 3 goblins. What's the distance there? It's about, what is it, 10, 20,
Let's go.
40, 50.
Can I move my character?
Yeah, you should be able to move it. Get yourselves into position. You should all have control of your counters, guys, so you can just move them around. And we can roll for initiative. Who's going to roll for initiative? Well, actually, before you do that, before we roll for initiative, you declare what you're going to do.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I would like to stand in the middle of the street.
I would like to clamber up on a roof again. I just like being up on a roof.
Now, actually, given that, actually, no, the distance is So Clover can clearly see them, and I suppose you got glow from the actual the torches in the thing. So you kind of burst out. So after this rockfall, the goblins have been stunned by what just happened, and they've just seen 3 of their guys just go down. And then all of a sudden they see these guys pushing out, running out of the mine. So then you've definitely given them a shock.
So are they carrying torches or anything? They're not, because if they have infravision. Am I the only one that can see them then?
No, there's enough light for the other guys to see them from the torches from the outside of the mine. But it's low light, you know. They're at almost at the extreme of the light from the torches and lanterns at the mine entrance, I should say. Yeah. So okay. So Renelle, what are you going to do?
Oh, sorry. Yeah? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. You always have one more question, Tracy. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to ask. If I hold my action, I know in other versions you can hold and then you kind of get to go first the next time because you've kind of held back and didn't do anything waiting for a certain thing to happen. Are you able to do that in this system or no?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, you can tell, there's no mechanic for that. You can tell me what you're wanting to do, but
basically I'm going to hold my cast of sleep until I see my compatriots are like losing the battle with what they're doing because I don't want to waste it.
Well, I mean, you can cast it whenever it's your opportunity to activate. So when it's your turn to do something, you can just cast it whenever you feel like it.
Okay, so there's no hold action then. Okay, so I'm just basically going to wait.
Yeah, you could just when it's your turn to activate in the round, you can just say I cast it, and you just cast it.
Okay.
Okay, so Renelle, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I want to play some prevent defense here and just kind of go out in front and protect the women.
Okay, you got your shield. Obviously, you got your shield up. Frel, adopts a similar position opposite you or beside you, and Oglum takes up the center. You've all got shields, so you kind of put up like a bit of a shield wall with the 3 of you guys there. Lise and Adder's up on that little ledge there at the back. Okay, cool. All right, roll for initiative, please. Who's going to roll?
Who's going to do
it?
it?
Ada and Elise didn't tell you what they're doing yet.
Well, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry, that's true. Elise, what are you going to do?
I have to, because it's a concentrate spell, I have to hold a spell, right?
Well, you've pretty much, the illusion has been completed.
Okay. So if I stop the spell, would the people who fall unconscious wake up? Or would they remain?
No, they're basically passed out.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to sort of just draw your dagger and...
I'm going to draw my dagger and also tell brother... what's it? Aldrich,
yeah.
If Goblin get past us and run into the cave to release the rope.
Okay, yep, cool. And Ada, what are you doing?
How far, if I stay perched up, let me show you what I'm thinking. So can I move along the top? Is this a ridge? This area, like the area below me, is that like an elevated platformy kind of area? I assume so, right? And the goblins are more on the flat ground.
Well, okay, all right. So you're here.
Yeah.
For you to get across to that, yes, you are right. That's an escarpment that's raised up above these guys. But to get across here will require a climbing check.
Will require what?
A climbing check using your thief abilities.
Oh, I can climb. Of course I can. Yes.
Because that is actually cut into the side of the hill, essentially, or the rock face. So you're going to have to sort of scamper, unless you just sort of run down, just jump down, run across and jump up there, and then move along. I mean, that's probably an easy way to do it. You don't have to do the climb test that way.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
All right, so move yourself back to where you were for now. and then we'll roll for initiative.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Clover, you said you were going to just wait there to cast a sleep spell, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand there, just inside the edge of the cave.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, who's rolling initiative?
I don't think Clover's done it yet.
Go, Tracy.
Oh.
Go, Clover.
Okay, that's
roll.
a D6, right?
D6, yep. Oh, well. Yeah. And the goblins rolled a 5.
Yes!
There, you got initiative. All right, first go. You guys go. Go for it. What are you going to do? You can move, and you've got an action. You can move. You can move in combat. You can move up to, what was it? 20 feet for the guys with armor. And,
So I think our guys out front, they were just...
Ada can move. Where's Ada? You've got light armor, so you can move. Okay, so Ada, being lightly armored, you can move 30 feet. Renault, Frolior, and Oglum can move 20 feet. Elise and Clover, you're unarmored, you can move up to 40 feet. So just measures, yeah. Just
I'm just gonna stay here.
Just check the scale.
Oh, can I move 40 feet?
Yes. No. You're lightly armored, so you can move 30 feet. So.
Oh. Okay. Hang on.
So if I took the measurement from where you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't quite move exactly where I am.
Yeah, well, you got to run down. You got to jump down a little bit. That's about 3 or 4 feet down to the floor. You can run across. So
okay, that'll do.
Yeah, you're probably about there. Yeah, you're about there. Yeah, so you're within range to throw a dagger or something if you want. I know you enjoy doing that.
Can I throw it? Oh wait, I have to wait next turn to throw it.
No, you can do it now.
Can I throw one? Can I throw one? Yes.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can throw a dagger. So, let's have a look. Goblins. Okay. So you're. So, okay. So how do we do this again? So roll 1d20. And you rolled a 9. Okay. What's your dexterity?
My dexterity is 14 plus 1.
Okay. Yeah, you actually missed. Sorry. Okay. All right. Renault's going to move. He's going to move towards the goblins.
That's Freyord, not Renault.
Sorry. Freyord.
Don't tell me what to do.
He's going to move up this thing towards to encounter him. Oglom is also going to follow in line. Renault, what are you doing?
Yeah, so if everyone's moving up in the line, I'll do the same. I think I can go... What? Yeah, I'll go right about there. So let me move myself. And I think I'll still have enough power to throw a spear.
Yep, you can do that. And the distance is only about 20 feet, so that should be pretty much a close range.
Yeah.
For a spear. Let's have a look. Yep, 20 feet will be +1.
What am I rolling?
Okay, roll 1d20. You get a +1 because of the distance and whatever your dexterity is. You rolled a natural 20.
I think he's dead.
Which one were you targeting? Two with swords and one with a bow.
The ugliest one. The one with the bow. The one with the bow.
You're targeting this. Hang on. You're targeting this one here. And you rolled a natural 20. That's definitely a hit. Roll 1d6, please.
D6 for damage. Oh,
Oh, skewered him
I
straight
totally
through the chest.
redeemed myself.
Straight through his chest. Gives out a yelp and drops straight to the ground.
Can I spit on him too?
Okay. Okay, so Feriord and Oglum don't have any missile weapons. Elise is staying back. Clover, you're not going to cast your spell or anything, are you?
No, I'd rather hold it in case we get another wave of goblins and start getting overrun.
Yeah. Okay, so the goblins in the matter of seconds have just seen 3 guys go down from a rockfall.
I swear, if they
and
run- if
as
they
far
run
as they're
away with
concerned,
it, come on.
yeah. And one of them just got a spear straight through his chest. So I'm thinking they're going to have to check their morale. Okay. Morale score of the goblin is. It's the morale score of the goblin. Morale of the goblin. Okay. And we rolled a 9. They just bug out. They just go. They just yell and they just hightail it and run,
Good.
leaving their so they just basically just take off.
Oh, did they leave their little friends?
Yep.
Can we interrogate them? Can we
We should
torture
kill all
them?
but one.
Can we
Or all but
torture them?
you.
It's just straight into the torture. Let's go talk to them. Straight to
Straight to
torture.
torture.
Torture and interrogate them?
Straight to torture. I like it.
We have ropes.
We
Yep.
have rope.
We have ropes. Oh, okay.
I have
Yeah.
ways of making them talk.
Okay, so yes, you have just scared off the goblins, and you've now got 3 other goblins who are just sort of just lying peacefully on the ground, completely passed out. So
Just so you guys know, those 2 guys that ran away could be going to get their friends, so we need to deal with this quickly and find out if there's more of them or not.
Why do you have to be
Torture.
practical so every time?
I'm such a buzzkill, I know, but seriously. I am not going to torture a goblin, so either you send me out there and I will stab them and that'll be the end of it, or somebody else can do torturing, but I'm not going to torture.
Gentle interrogation. Can I go and interrogate them?
I think we should take them into the edge of the cave to not be sitting ducks out here.
Okay.
are you gonna like tie them up or anything?
Can we tie them up?
Yeah, you can tie them up. They're not going to put up any resistance. They're passed out.
I also
Okay, while
check
you
and
guys
make sure they
do
have
that-
no.
What was that,
Sorry.
Elise?
Oh, when Ada is tying them up, I also check that they have no like hidden blades or anything they can use to cut the rope.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So actually,
And-
those one of them was carrying a bow, and the other 2 are carrying short swords. So you can actually retrieve. You can keep the bow if you want.
I don't think I can use a bow, but I can give it to my team member.
No, but I mean, one of you guys could take it. Probably. Well, actually, Freljord can't use it, so Oglin could take the bow. I could make a note of that. So you guys are going to need bows because so
Range, yeah.
probably a good idea for Oglin to have one.
Do they have any daggers hidden in their boots?
You and your daggers.
I recently found out that I can use dagger and they are pointy and shiny.
Okay.
So while you guys are doing
no,
that,
but-
like dragging them back to the cave and everything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take up my position again here so that I can be on the lookout while you guys are doing your thing.
Okay. So meanwhile, the villagers are still digging out through the mine, trying to dig the miners out. So a couple of hours are going to go by, and there's nothing's happened. The goblins have now come to. They're now awake, and they're sort of obviously pretty miserable, and they're kind of whining a bit. So, what are you going to do? The villagers have been making some pretty good progress in the clear. They're almost a few more hours, and they would have cleared away the rockfall. It's about, what time is it now? It's about it's probably about 9 o'clock in the evening.
Are you going to interrogate them?
You're on mute. Yeah.
We interrogate them. I wish to interrogate them. Have we dragged them inside and tied them up?
Yeah, so they're sort of sulkingly sort of squatted down, tied up, their backs against the rock.
Are they awake? Is one of them awake?
Oh, there's 3 of them, and they're all awake now.
Excellent. Can I approach them?
Yep.
All right. We can do this the easy way or the hard way, but trust me, the hard way is a lot more fun for me. Right, who speaks Goblin in the group?
I think
Does anyone speak Goblin?
I think I might. Let me check.
I think I might.
I might.
Are goblins considered burrowing mammals?
Hey, do you speak French? Maybe. Let me check.
No, they're not Clover. They're not Clover, no.
All right, then I'm just going to have my moment of laugh because I didn't even think about the fact that they weren't going to speak common. That's freaking hilarious.
No, I can speak Gnomish, but I can't speak Goblin.
You can speak Gnomish, so you can do the secret gnome whispering with Clover. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
We can do gnome whisper, and I can do the burrowing animal whisper, but yeah.
But no one knows Goblin.
No.
It would have been really
But
handy
do the goblins speak
it
English?
would have been really handy to have taken that dwarf that you met at Wayward with you.
Does Freyord or Oglum speak Goblin?
Or the brother?
Or any of our villagers that are with us? Do any of them speak Goblin? Or maybe the minister? The
Or are they faking it and they actually speak English? And they're just conveniently suddenly not bilingual?
None of the villagers or Brother Aldrich speak Goblin, no.
No, but do the goblins speak English? And they're just conveniently not bilingual?
What about Freyord and Oglum? Do either Freyord or Oglum speak Goblin?
No, they don't. They only speak Common.
Does Renault, do you have a language that you can understand languages or something?
I can barely understand the one I speak.
Do they understand my knife between their ribs?
They understand that. They understand.
We might have to do Pictionary.
Do you know charades?
Okay, you know what? I have read languages as a spell. I don't know if goblins can write. But I don't know how you're gonna. You'd have to do some kind of charades thing.
You can read languages if you had that spell. Do you have that spell?
I do, but I don't have it prepared. But I could do it in the morning.
But that's written word.
I know. Yeah. But if they're literate, they could write something.
I don't know if goblins are illiterate.
I don't know.
Maybe the occasional one is a bit brighter.
Yeah. So what about charades? Like telling them, how many of you are there? Like how many? Do you want Clover to come do charades? Since I was like
Right,
talking to
you're up.
mules.
You can try to do this over
What?
Zoom, Aria. This is going to be great. Doing charades over
Right.
Zoom.
All right.
Clover can do the charades while I hold a knife to one of them at the throat.
Yes, because I will not actually do the hold knife to the throat thing.
I'm good at it.
All
Oh,
right.
that's really funny. I'm good at putting a knife to someone's throat. Get it? Ha. Okay.
All right. So somebody else needs to be on the lookout because that's what I was doing before.
I'll do it.
At least at the doorway, so that we're not ambushed completely.
He's got to pull his spear out of the chest of the goblin that he killed. And
Also,
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
I'm probably gonna have to tag out at the bottom of the hour.
yeah,
We'll see.
okay. Well,
7:30.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will go over and say, like, what are we trying to find out? Like, how many of them there are?
well, I don't know how you're going to try and.
No, I'm not
communicate
asking you. I'm asking my friends.
it. Oh, okay.
Well, we
What was the question?
What are we trying to find out? What do you want me to ask them?
How many of them there are, and where is their hideout?
Yeah, and the villager gave us a map, right? So we can get them to point at where their hideout is.
Oh, that's good. Okay,
That's a good idea.
that's good.
Yeah.
All right,
Use
so
the
I'm gonna
map.
pull the map out, and I'm gonna point at them and say, and like count on my hands. One is one guy, two is two guys, three is the third guy, and I'm gonna be like, how many more? Like pointing at my fingers. How many of you? How many?
How many?
And I want
Do you think
Ada
the
to
goblins are
like
Italian?
threaten them. I think so. If you threaten them.
Okay, so they've calmed down. One of them sort of giving you a sort of quizzical look and sort of going. But I mean, their hands are tied up, so they can't really gesture. They're kind of.
Okay, so
He just
point.
nods.
I'm
He
going to
just
put
nods.
my hands.
He nods.
He nods. Okay, so I'm going to put my hands in front of him, and I'm going to count 1 and point again to one of his friends, 2 and point to his second friend, 3 and point to him, and then I'm going to count. I want him to nod. Is there 4 of you? Okay, is there 5 of you?
I think he's just gonna nod for everything.
We'll see. Is there 6 of you? Is there 7 of you? Is there 8? I'm gonna do this. 8 of you?
It's compelling.
9? 10?
Suddenly he feels
I
the
don't know.
sting of my blade. Stop playing games.
So how many? 3? 4? I'm gonna smack him in the face.
I thought you don't want to torture them.
You know, but Clover's getting
What happened to
pissed
the
and she has to do
passive
a charade.
Clover?
So we've got a bit of a good cop, bad cop going on now at the moment.
Yeah, but now I'm the bad cop too because I just smacked him in the face.
Yeah, whack the goblin, whack the goblin. So it says.
Whack-a-mole.
Wow. Oh,
And I grab him by the neck and I'd be like, "Don't piss me
I'm
off,
a bad
buddy."
influence.
4?
So at least you're going to show the map to them, are you?
Yes.
Okay, and so what you're going to do?
So
You're gonna be
where?
like,
And so I'm gonna be like, "You where? Here?" And I'm gonna point to the cavern and where the cave is on the map. You where? And
think
point on
we're-
the map. Where is he pointing?
He gestures. He stabs in that sort of direction with his fingers, even though his hands are tied. He sort of goes like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a mark on there, wherever that is. And I'm going to be like, that's it? No one else? And I'm going to give him a look like I'm going to smack him again if he looks to me. And they're like, oh.
I thought I was supposed to be the violent one.
Clover's an angry gnome. She's been trapped under a rockfall. She's not taking any prisoners now. That's it. She's been blooded.
Clover's neutral. She's a little bit of a wild cannon at times. And right now she's like, you are testing my patience, goblin. Okay, what was the other thing we wanted to ask? We wanted to ask how many, where.
Well, I kind of want to know why they start attacking recently, but I don't think we can get that out of them.
I'm gonna turn around and look at Elise and put my hand on my hip and be like, you give me a few hand signals that I can ask why. And I will gladly ask why. Please tell me how to do that. Because other than it, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, all I have is
All right.
As you're talking with the goblins, trying to interrogate them, there's a bit of a noise and a bit of a cheer comes up from the villagers as they clear the last of the rocks away, opening it up enough to reach the miners.
Okay.
Okay, they need to leave.
We need to
they're in a bit of a bad way. You know, some of them have actually got some wounds from the goblins, and some of them have been injured from the rocks.
They're not leaving, and it's nighttime.
Yeah, probably best.
How many goblins did they see? How many goblins did you see? I just want to ask any of the miners who are like cognizant.
So actually, Baldar is actually a dwarf. He's a dwarf. He's the foreman. He's the miner.
Baldar.
Yes.
Baldor. Baldor?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you speak goblin?
Does he have a gate?
Do you speak goblin?
Baldar, not Baldur. Yeah, all goblins, all dwarves speak goblin.
Oh!
Then please help us. We're trying to find out where they are hiding, and they've told us 2 spots in the woods, which I don't know if they understood what we were asking, and we want to know how many of them there are.
So Baldur is himself. He's actually injured. So he stumbles up and
I hand him a carrot. And you're like, here, all I got is orange worms. I mean, carrots. I got carrots. I can help.
So the dwarf sort of looks at you funny with that. He goes, "I prefer some beer if you've got it." He goes, "What do you want with this vermin?" And he's looking at the goblins, and he's stares at them with absolute disgust. Yes. Why didn't you kill them? The only good goblins are dead, goblin. After what they did to us, they don't deserve any better.
We want to know how many of them there are and where they're hiding. They pointed at these 2 spots on the map. We want to know if that's what they meant and how many of them there are. They couldn't. I don't believe what they were nodding to was what I was asking.
Baldur looks at them and he growls out, and the goblins go,
This is like watching Avatar.
and Baldur goes, he told you the truth.
And
What's
how
that
many?
mean?
The 2 spots.
He goes, there's quite a few. There's a tribe.
I don't know what that means. What is a tribe? Like 50, 100, 25, 10?
So Baldur goes back to the goblins again. And the goblins do, Baldur goes, I don't know, maybe 30, 40.
Oh.
We can take them.
Well, your friends have gone back there?
He goes, I'm asking if they're only just warriors. He goes, no, there's a mix. It's a mix. So warriors and females and infants and stuff. It's a full tried.
We can take them.
We can totally take them.
I'm not killing a bunch of infant goblins, just so we're clear.
You just said you weren't going to torture people, too.
I'm aware that my slope is a slippery one, all right? There's 2 spots. Which one has more of the goblins?
Okay. That's the main place.
The northerly one. So if we go to the southerly one first, that might be better. We'll take those ones out and then get the other ones.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys.
That sounds like a good point to sort of pause.
You know, when
We
we
do not
tortured
condone the torturing of.
We started off nice and pleasant. We started with a little pleasant conversation with a mole. And then from that, we went to a bit of mining, a bit of a rockfall.
Torturing children.
a goblin is not a child.
We had
Goblin infanticide.
checking out the danger of outhouses.
I wasted magic to test whether or
Danger.
not the house smelled okay.
Finally, we finished with an epic a fight where Renault redeemed himself with his spear throwing.
That was
Elise
brilliant.
dazzled us with her magical illusions, and then Clover decided wanted to torture and beat up a goblin.
And a very effective trap as well.
Yes. And we've now elected the MacGyver of the group.